Hello and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel, where we do unboxes, plan with me's, and other things. And if you like that, please consider subscribing. Today I am doing rolls for a readathon called Spooktober Readathon, which starts October 1st. Want to see what I get? Come join me. Alright, they're doing Spooktober Readathon again this year. It's great. It's from October 1st through the 31st. The game board, which is this, is from October 1st through the 18th. What you do is you will use a 6-sided die and you will try to get to the haunted house. And so if you don't make it, that's okay. You'll have this is part 1. Then there's an admission day on October 19th. And then October 20th through the 31st, they are going to do a team-based haunted house that you must escape. Now, I am doing the first part. I don't know if I'll do the second part. I have signed up. So that is I have done. I will leave 2 links down below of the video explaining this. So I'm going to go ahead and do my rolls first, and I will read as it goes. I just want to get the rolls out of the way. So I'm using Jason as my mover and my 6-sided die. So without further ado, we're going to start the first part. And that is a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isolated setting. Okay. This is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Final girl trope. Next is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blood red on the cover. Ooh, okay. All right. Next one is another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A locked room mystery. Okay. That should be interesting. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10,000 reviews or less. Ooh. Okay. And maybe this is the last one. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost host pick. Pick or favorite. Okay. All right. And I'm not going to do that because it's going to be there. All right. So I've made it. So I have 6 books to pick out. And I'll be right back to show you what I picked for each prompt. Okay, I'm back with the choices that I've picked. It was fun trying to find the books. Not fun. So the first thing I got was Isolated Settings right here. And I chose The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. This one is going to be interesting. I've read one Paul Tremblay book, and I am 7-year-old Wynn and her parents, Eric and Andrew, were vacationing in a remote cabin on a quiet lake in the northern New Hampshire, a handful of miles from a Canadian border, far from removed from the bustle of city life, cut off from urgent hum of cell phones and the internet. They are more than 2 miles away from the closest neighbor in either directions along an old dirt logging road. On a cloudless summer day, as Wynn is catching grasshoppers in the front yard, a stranger unexpectedly appears. Leonard, is the largest man Wynn has ever seen, but he is young, 24 and a half years old. He tells her and friendly, with a warm and wide smile that wins her over almost immediately. Instantly. Leonard and Wynn continue to talk and play until 3 more strangers, 2 women and a man, as well dressed like Leonard, in jeans and button-down t-shirts, come down the road carrying strange and menacing objects. In a panic, Gwen tells Leonard that she must go back inside the cabin. Before she goes, her new friend tells her, "None of what's going to happen is your fault. You haven't done anything wrong, but the three of you will have to make some tough decisions. I wish with all my broken heart you didn't have to." As Gwen sprints away to warn her parents, Leonard calls out, "Your dads won't want us to let Your dads won't want to let us in, Ren, but they have to. We need your help to save the world, please." So this is quite interesting. So this is that. So that's what I chose for isolating settings. So that's the next one was I got the, let's see here, final girl trope. And for that, I picked Nick Cutter, The Deep. I had to actually look up because some of them I've already read. And I'm going, dang, I can't use this. I can't use this. I'm going, I've already read it. So, all right. A strange plague called the Gets is devastating humanity on a global scale. It has caused people to forget small things at first, like where they left their keys. Then not so small things like how to drive or the letters of the alphabet. Then their bodies forget how to function involuntarily, and there's no cure. But now, far below the surface of the Pacific Ocean, deep in the Mariana Trench, and heretofore unknown substance hailed as ambrosia has been discovered, a universal healer. From initially reported, it may just be the key to a universal cure. In order to study this phenomenon, a special research lab called the Tracy, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, has been built 8 miles under the sea surface. And now that the station is incommunicado, it is up to the brave few to descend through the lightless fountains in hopes of unraveling the mysteries lurking in those crushing depths, and perhaps to encounter an evil blacker than anyone could possibly imagine. According to this, it is a final girls trope that I looked up, and this one happened to be that. All right, next one was Blood Red on the cover, which I chose S.A. Cosby's King of Ashes, and this has kind of got some blood red on it, so of course I was doing this. Roman Cutlers left the smoke and fire of his family's crematory business behind in his hometown of Jefferson Run, Virginia. He is enjoying a life of swallow excess as an financial advisor in Atlanta until he gets the call from his sister, Neve, telling him that his father is in a coma after a hit-and-run accident. When Roman goes home, he learns that the accident may not be what it seems. His brother, Dante, is deeply in debt to dangerous, ruthless criminals. And Roman is willing to do anything to protect his family. Anything. A financial whiz with a head for numbers and a talent of making his clients rich, Roman uses his skills to save his family while dealing with the shadow that has haunted them for all 20 years. The disappearance of their mother when Roman and his siblings were teenagers. It's a mystery that Neve, who has sacrificed so much of her life to hold her family together, and is determined to solve once and for all. As fate and chance and heartache ignites their lives, the Cutlers family must pull together to survive, to see their lives turn to ash, because as their father counsels them from birth, nothing lasts forever. Everything burns. So that's what I chose for that one. The next one is a locked room mystery, which was right here. So we've gone from here, 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 here. And I picked Lucy Foley's The Guest List. On a remote island off the coast of Ireland, guests gather to celebrate the wedding of Jules Kagan and Will Slater. Will is a rising TV star, handsome and charming. Jules is a smart, ambitious magazine publisher. Through the sea is a Though the sea is a little choppy and the cell surface spotty, their wedding is everything you expect a young, powerful couple. Designer dress, four-tier cake, boozy whiskey, vintage champagne. Every detail has been curated to perfection. All that's left is the orchestrating, is the happiness. But perfection is for plans, and people are all too human. It's not long after the cake is cut and the champagne popped that resentment and petty jealousies come out. Worse yet, the latest thermometer reading shows that the weather is shifting from fair to changeable, and dark clouds are looming overhead. Everyone on the island has a secret, everyone has a motive, and someone won't leave the wedding alive. So that is going to be interesting. So from there, I went to 10,000 reviews or less. And I think this is the last book in this series, but I'm not sure. But this is Adams Caesar's Clown in the Cornfield, The Church of Fredo. This is the third book of the series. I've actually enjoyed these books, so I don't want to give too much away because this is a really good. I think it's middle grade or YA, but I've enjoyed it. It's been quite an interesting thing, and I'd like to see how he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna continue this series. We'll have to see. But this last one, I'm happy. And last but not least, I got host pick / favorite. Now, I went through both lists and tried to find, and I found Alice Feeney's Beautiful Ugly. Author Grady Green is having the best day of his life. He calls his wife Abby to share some exciting news as she's driving home. He hears Abby slam on the brakes when she sees something in the road ahead. Over Grady's protest, she gets out of the car, and when he eventually finds her car by the clipped edge, the lights are on, the driver's door's open, the phone is still there, but his wife has disappeared. A year later, Grady is overcome with grief and desperate to know what happened to Abby. He can't sleep, he can't write, so he travels to a tiny, remote Scottish island to try to get his life back on track. And then he sees the impossible, a woman who looks exactly like his missing wife. Okay, so that is the pick I did for host pick. So as you see, I have these books to read. These are the books for the first part, as I described. What did you think of my selection? Let me know in the comments below. Which one are you excited for me to read? I'm curious to see what you're thinking. My choices, like I said, some of them I literally had to go look and go, okay, what's what? Because I was sitting there going, I have no idea. So I went based on a lot of things because the final girl trope, I was like, please don't get that one. Please don't get that one. And I got it. And I was like, I've read too many of those. And I'm like, I can't reread. All in all, this is what I chose. Let me know which one you're excited for me to read. And like the video. And until next time, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day.